Pon the river, pon the bank, down the plank, we are go down the plank. Remix, that was a remix. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today I have another declutter. I have been in the decluttering mood. I am trying to make sure I have fragrances that I love and I only love. So if you're interested in what I'm getting rid of, who about to walk the plank, keep watching. Okay y'all, so before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you decided to come back, big up your whole self. Absolutely appreciate your continued support. Means the world. Hopefully you're subscribed. That sounds like a soundbite. Hopefully you're subscribed. Yeah, hopefully you're subscribed, and hopefully you like this video. If you do like it, please give it a thumbs up, and follow me on Instagram. We'll put up the handle at the end of the video. Anyways, let's go. All right, so this declutter is about to be epic. I have a big old basket sitting right here. And it ranges from lower price to really, yeah, anyway. So let's go. And I'm just grabbing them. So the first one I have here is from the House of Parfums de Marly. And yes, I am decluttering Cassili. Cassili is loved. She's a very pretty frangipani. There's, what else is in there? Vanilla, tonka bean, red currant. Very pretty fragrance. Just doesn't do a darn thing for me. The level is, it's really hard to see, but it's right up here. It just does not last on my skin. So for this reason, Cassili has to go to a new home, happy owner. Bye, Cassili. Bye. Okay, so this one is going to be another shocker. And the reason I'm decluttering this bottle is because I have another bottle of this fragrance. And I was using them both at the same time because I was between states, working. So anyways, Vanilla 28 from the House of Kayali. I know, everybody's clutching their pearls. She just has to go. I have a bottle that's basically full like this. I barely pull for that thing, and I know it's a cult favorite. It's brown sugar, but I've also been exploring other vanillas. I'm on a vanilla kick also, and I'm also exploring other vanillas, and I don't feel the need to have two bottles of Kayali's Vanilla 28 in my collection. Pretty vanilla. Doesn't really last on me, but good for layering. Everybody knows about Vanilla 28, so that's number 2 in the declutter. Okay, next up is a fragrance from the House of Aaron, and this is Cat Jasmine. So I wore this the other day as my scent of the day, and I really didn't love it. Now, jasmine is a note we have a love-hate relationship. It's back, forth, someday I love you. So I have many other fragrances that are heavy white florals. This one is not heavy. I feel like it's a fresher white floral. So there's Egyptian jasmine, regular jasmine, honeysuckle, tuberose. It's a pretty fragrance. It's just, basically run its course for me. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that will enjoy it more than I currently do. Cat Jasmine from the House of Aaron. Next up, I have a fragrance from the House of Creed, and here she is. So this is Creed Spring Flowers. I have the newer Spring Flower. I think I spoke about it in a video earlier on this year. At first, I thought they were, different enough to keep both, but the more I revisit it, I think I prefer the newer version. And I'm ready to move this one along. So, yep. Yeah, it's a very pretty floral fragrance for the springtime, summertime, whenever you like to wear your florals. And yep, this is from the House of Creed, and this is a spring flower, and this is the older edition. Next up, I have a fragrance from the Burberry Her line, and this is Burberry Her Blossom. So this is like a fresher, lighter take on Burberry Her. There's mandarin orange, pink pepper, peony, musk, sandalwood. It's a pretty fragrance. I just don't pull for it enough. So, you know what? Just time to let it go. I don't love her as much as I love the other Burberry Hers in my collection. So this is Burberry Her Blossom. Next up is a fragrance from Viktor and Rolf, and this is Bon Bon. So this fragrance, I use about half of the bottle, it looks like. Yeah, about half. It's pretty. It's like a pretty caramel, peach, very pretty fragrance. Again, it's a fragrance. I haven't pulled for this in over a year. And yeah, that just means for me, I don't love it. I used to love it, but I don't anymore. So she gotta go. She gotta go. Okay, yeah, this is a fragrance I hauled earlier in the summertime. I think it was on one of my videos for the coconut videos for the summer, but unfortunately, it's just not working for me. It's pulling weird every time I wear it, and I've worn it maybe 3 times. And I speak of Coconut Sun, and this is from Seven Virtues. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart because it's kind of like messing with the optics of my collection. So this is coconut water, there's citruses, there's frangipani, so it's like a really, you know, real tropical fragrance. In the base there's some sea salt. I don't know if it's the sea salt because I'm not really a whole fan of marine like fragrances. I don't know, but maybe it's the combination of the sea salt and coconut, which that should be a good combination, Miss Island Woman. Anyways, Coconut Sun from Seven Virtues. She is leaving the collection. Another fragrance that came out this year that, you know, I was excited about the release. I got it. I love the bottle. I had it on one of my videos, and yeah, no, she's not working for me, y'all. And this is Lust for Sun from the House of Juliet Has a Gun. So there's freesia, coconut, ylang ylang, jasmine, white musk, ambroxan. You know, my son had said that this smells like fresh cut lilacs. It does in the air, but it doesn't smell like that on my skin. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a good... But I know a lot of people love this fragrance. It's not a bad fragrance. I'm just not having a good time with it. And at this point, why hold on to it? I've been holding on to some fragrances, y'all. Why hold on to it? So it's time to go. Juliet Has a Gun, A Lust for Sun. Next up, I have a fragrance from the House of Dior, and this is Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just over it. It's a pretty fragrance. There's peony, damask rose, apricot, peach, white musk. It's a nice, pretty floral fragrance. It really is. But I feel like I have things in my collection that are along the same lines that actually make me happier and I pull for them more. So for this reason, Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet is out the door. Next up, I have a fragrance that I've never worn. And this is from the House of Michael Kors, and this is Gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, I can't even remember when I bought this fragrance, but I know when I bought it, it was a gift set from Macy's, like a Macy's gift set. Might have been a year ago or so. But then there's so many other fragrances that I feel like they're kind of along the same lines. This has pink pepper, mandarin orange, tuberose, orange blossom, gaiac wood, tonka bean, tobacco, ylang ylang. It has a bunch of stuff in it, but I never reach for it. And yeah, Michael Kors, Gorgeous. She's walking a plank, y'all. Alright, next is a fragrance from the House of Tom Ford, and this one is Tuberose New. So, I don't hate this fragrance at all. I just don't pull for it. I have a couple other fragrances that are really tuberose heavy that I prefer. One is love tuberose from Amouage. I love that way, way more. I never pulled for this Tom Ford fragrance. I was like, well, what is that other white bottle? Because I had my Soleil Neige, my Soleil Blanc. I'm like, what's... Yeah, so it's tuberose new from the house of Tom Ford. It's a tuberose scent, basically. So if you're into tuberose, yep. All of these, by the way, are going to be linked. I'm going to have my Mecari down there, so, and a link to my Mecari. So if anybody's interested, that's where I'll have these fragrances. So yep, tuberose new from the house of Tom Ford. Here's a fragrance that's well loved, and I like it too, because I have another bottle though, a bottle that I'm halfway through, and I'm wondering to myself, well, why do I have another bottle? So this is Jimmy Choo I Want You. It's a very pretty peach fragrance. For me, it's a lot of peach in here. I love the fragrance. I take that back. I like the fragrance. I like it more when I layer it with Peach Please from Soap and Glory. That's when I could really get into this fragrance. And I realized I had another bottle. So I was like, yeah, I don't need 2 bottles of this. I don't pull for it enough. So, yep, Jimmy Choo, I Want You. I guess I don't want chew as much. Next up, I have a fragrance from the house of Versace, and this is Versace Dylan Blue. I don't pull for it, y'all. The thing is full. I don't pull for it. There's Granny Smith Apple, Black Currant, Peach, Musk, Whitewoods. It's pretty. Like, I can't really even smell it through the nozzle because I really don't reach for it. So this is Versace Dylan Blue from the house of Versace. Next up is another fragrance from the house of Versace, and this is Versace Dylan Purple. So I don't really pull for Dylan Blue. Now I don't pull for Dylan Purple. I probably wore this one time. This one has pear, freesia, Virginia cedar. It's a pretty fragrance. I like the bottle, but I don't pull for it. So again, it's the same old story. Time to go. Next up, a fragrance from the house of Carolina Herrera, and this is Good Girl Glam. I'm not getting rid of this fragrance because I don't like it. I am getting rid of it because I have a duplicate bottle. I have another bottle that I'm using. So, yeah, I mean, there's no need, and I don't pull for this too much. I think I'm into these stilettos, so I kind of like collect them. But it's not a fragrance that I wear a lot. It's a pretty fragrance though. Good Girl Glam. A lot of people love this one. And I like it too. I like it enough to keep the one in my collection, but I definitely don't need to. So this is Good Girl Glam from the house of Carolina Herrera. Okay, next up is a fragrance from the house of Mugler, and this is Alien Goddess. So this is also a duplication in my collection, and I have a smaller bottle, I think the 1.7 ounce, and that is all I need. This 100 ml bottle I will never use. So I've used a little bit of it, so it's all the way up here. But yeah, this is, you know, you guys know what this smells like. This is coconut, there's jasmine. Yeah, it doesn't smell like the OG Alien to me, or else it wouldn't even be in my collection because I'm not a fan. But Alien Goddess is a pretty fragrance, and because I have 2, I am decluttering 1. Next up is a fragrance from the house of Giorgio Armani, and this is My Way Intense. My Way Intense I do enjoy. I think it's my favorite flanker of all of My Ways. However, and you see a theme here, I have another bottle. So, you guys are probably like, well, why do you have... There was one point where I spent so much time in Texas. I still had my home in Florida, and I didn't know what I had, what I didn't have. Anyways, so I ended up with 2 bottles of My Way Intense from Giorgio Armani, and I am decluttering one of these bottles. As you can see, this is full. I'm looking at the other one over there. It's more used. So there you go, My Way Intense from the house of Giorgio Armani. If you don't know what it smells like, it's tuberose, bubblegum tuberose. It's a pretty floral. Not gonna lie, I enjoy it. Next up is a fragrance from Estee Lauder, and isn't this the cutest little bottle? It's called Beautiful Belle, and it's like lychee, mimosa. I don't know, I was on a kick, because I do have a big bottle of this that I actually went through, but I'm not really feeling this fragrance anymore. I actually still have the little box, and I never keep boxes. So yeah, this is Beautiful Belle. Did I tell you what was in it? Lychee, mimosa, rose, gardenia, tuberose. There's marzipan and suede in the base. So nice fragrance. I think it's a little it's more mature. It's more dressy, I think. Yeah. So yeah, Beautiful Belle from the house of Estee Lauder. Put her back in her bottle so she could travel safely. In her box, I mean, so she could travel safely to her new home. Next up is a fragrance from the house of Lancôme, and this is Idole Intense. Basically full bottle. I have another bottle that I'm probably about halfway, but this is a very pretty fragrance. I enjoy it. I have to be in the mood for it. There's turquoise rose, musk, Egyptian jasmine, a whole heap of jasmine. Then there's Madagascar vanilla, cedarwood, sandalwood. Pretty fragrance, but yeah, time to let her go. She's one of the ones that don't stand up. She's from one of those batches that don't stand up. So that's annoying to me too. So this is Idole Intense from the house of Lancôme. Okay, we're almost there, y'all. This one is from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Casamarati, from the Casamarati line, and this is 1888. People don't speak about this too much. I think when I bought it at first, I was trying to buy, not Lyra, the other one, Italica, and I bought it by mistake, and then I never wore it, but it's a pretty fragrance. I just don't pull for it. There's carnation, pink pepper, ylang ylang, rose, amber, sandalwood, patchouli. Yeah. I think it's right down the middle unisex also. So yep, this is 1888 from Xerjoff from the Casamarati line. Okay, so you guys, for the last two, you might as well just clutch your pearls right now. Just clutch it. So the first one is also from the house of Xerjoff, and it's Xerjoff's Lyra. The bottle is basically full. I probably sprayed this 3 times. I really have no explanation. I know how my nose works. I kind of bought into the hype. And here I am decluttering a Lyra. Everybody's favorite lemon. What? Everybody's favorite like lemon pound cake dessert. And it just doesn't work for me. I've tried. I wore it, yeah, maybe twice. And I just don't like it. Kind of like Italica. Italica didn't do it for me. Actually made me a little nauseous. And I don't know. Before I was like, oh, it's the lactonic. But then, yeah, I have a couple fragrances that I feel like are a little bit more lactonic, and it's working. So, Lyra is leaving the collection. And finally, the last fragrance, again from the house of Xerjoff. Man, y'all must think I'm just slapping around some Xerjoff over here. It's Herba Pura. And really, the reason why I'm getting rid of this fragrance is just that I have quite a few fruity florals at this level in my collection that I pull for way more often. I probably wore Herba Pura 1 time. Yeah. I prefer all the other ones that I have from the house of Tiziana Terenzi. I prefer Talea, I have Borea. I don't have Kirke, which people really compare this fragrance to a whole lot, but I don't need Kirke in that case. Yeah, so I had to pick one. I love the bottle. It's a pretty bottle. I love the suede bottle, but yeah, she just has to go. I just don't use it. When I come for a fruity floral, I look at Herba Pura, and Herba Pura is like, pick me, and I just look away. So yeah, time for her to go. Okay, y'all, so that brings us to the end of the video. I feel so emotional right now. Getting rid of fragrances, they're hard because they become like part of your family, and I know that sounds weird for the people that are not frag heads. are in the fragrance community. They kind of, you talk to them and all that. And when you let them go, it feels like you're letting them down or something. But like I said, these will be on my Mecari, and it's going to be listed below. It's going to be linked below. So if you're interested in picking up any one of these that I have decluttered, you can check down there. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you consider subscribing. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and follow me on Instagram. Remember, you can be anything out there in this world. Anything you put your heart to. Now, while you're doing that anything or trying to be that anything, smell like good people. You hear? Smell good. See you soon.